Hey y'all. Now I stay to myself by myself. I don't bother nobody, okay? I don't watch the TV. I don't watch the news at all. Period. I'm aware of what's going on and I don't believe everything I see that come on this social media. Okay? But when you're conversating with me and everything is going good and then you go to say, well, Trump and when you know Trump and when I say I don't want to hear about it, that should be meaning to you I don't want to hear what he's doing. You talk that conversation to people that like to talk about politics or talk about the president of the United States. That is not me. I can care less what he's doing. When I said that, oh, you ought to be concerned. No, I'm not concerned in the way I don't want to hear it. I don't care. Well, I don't want to hear it. Well, you ought to be concerned, and you, the reason why he in there, people like you, like what? I have no concern about what's going on because I know that God is in control and whatever happens is going to happen. Okay. Okay. And then you not part of the civil rights. I grew up in the civil rights. That's good. God predestined you to grow up in the civil rights and not me. I mean, I'm just saying. God knows what he doing. He know what he doing. But my grandmother and my grandfather, they grew up before the civil rights. And they grew up and seeing a whole lot of stuff, right? And I was also taught to love people and love God. And knowing that God is love. And I was taught that God is love regardless what people do or say. And then I know that the Bible is right here. Make your enemies your footstool. And know what else? If somebody say something about me, I ain't got to worry. Because it would be better for them to hang them. I'm going to paraphrase. But it would be better for them to hang themselves and go throw themselves into the sea. Okay? So I don't really worry about people. I live in my life. I don't worry about people. Like, I don't have time for that. Seriously. And people talked about Biden when he was in. And guess what? Trump ain't did nothing to me. And if you go back, how the kings were back then in the Bible days, and how some of them were over the people. I mean, I'm just saying, compared to now, it's nothing compared to how it was back then, because it was pretty bad, y'all. It was pretty bad if you go back and read. Yep, if you go back and read, it was pretty bad back then compared to now. It really was. But no, I didn't grow up during those times. But I just thank God that I was taught to love, But one thing about it, I'm going to handle my business. That I'm going to do. I'm going to handle it the right way, the right way. I ain't got to cuss nobody out, tell nobody off. I ain't got to do none of that. None of it. But back to that conversation, like, when somebody say they don't want to hear it, that means I don't want to hear it. Go talk to somebody. And then they get offended. And they be like talking about they love God and all of this. Don't get me wrong, they probably do. But how can you say you love God and you hate your sister or your brother, or you talk down and you just envy? Like, how? But anyway. I'm just saying, I am very much aware of what is going on. I mean, I act like it, but I do know. I know what's going on. And I can distinguish from what's really real and what's really not. Because deception is at its all-time high now. It's a lot of stuff that's in this world, especially on social media. Very, very, very deceptive. Deception at its best, that is. But anyway, I just got on here to really like vent about that. But yeah, that's just something. That's just silly. And no matter who's the governor, the president, people go always have something to say. Yeah, because I'm like, Gavin. But anyway. You don't know what else? I started not to answer the phone because it's not the first time, you know, about Trump. And knowing I don't want to hear about Trump. I don't want to hear about him. You know what I said one time? This was a minute ago. I say, well, since you don't like what he's doing and not liking what's going on, how about you go to Ghana? Because, you know, they accepting people. You know, you can go to Ghana and go on over there until, you know, his term is up. Ooh, they must have had a hot hissy fit. I don't know. I just believe if you are not happy about something and it's not going your way, you know, pray about it. But if you in something, whether it's a relationship or if you marry, why you in a relationship if y'all always arguing? Especially if y'all not even married. Like, what you with them for? Like, why you wasting your time? why you wasting your precious time, your precious life? You know, time don't wait on nobody. Look how fast this time is going up. Or even if you marry, I'm like, and you know he got a little side. Well, they be saying side piece, but you know sometimes they be having side pieces. They be having the drumstick, the wing, and the thigh, y'all. Why you still with him? Like, and you know it. Anyway, that's it.